Hello students, welcome to MGC Learning. Under the chapter Human Health and Diseases, today we are going to see the topic that is ascariasis. So our today's lecture topic is ascariasis. Let's see the content of our today's lecture. Our topic is ascariasis. So we are going to see the introduction related to the ascariasis. Then we will see causes and the symptoms of ascariasis. Then we will move towards the mode of transmission, diagnosis, treatment and the prevention and the control of ascariasis. So this is about the content of our today's lecture, that is ascariasis. Let's start with the point number 1, that is introduction. Ascariasis is defined as it is an infectious disease of human intestinal tract. It is defined as it is an infectious disease of human intestinal tract. Student, here your 1 mark question. Define ascariasis. So ascariasis is defined as it is an infectious disease of human intestinal tract. Let's start with the point number 2, that is causes of ascariasis. Student, ascariasis is caused because of one worm which is known as Ascariasis lumbricoides. Ascariasis lumbricoides, it is a name of the worm which causes the ascariasis. It is an endoparasitic roundworm. It is the endoparasitic roundworm because it live in the lumen of a small intestine. It live in the lumen of a small intestine. Further, it is long and a slender worm and which goes on tapering at both the ends. Further, its body is covered with a extracellular cuticle, and this extracellular cuticle is secreted by the cellular epidermis. I repeat, ascariasis is caused by the roundworm and the name of this roundworm is Ascariasis lumbricoides. It is an endoparasitic roundworm because it lives in the lumen of a small intestine. Student, lumen means cavity of a small intestine. It is a long and the slender worm which goes on tapering at both the ends. Further, its body is covered with a extracellular cuticle which is secreted by the cellular epidermis. Let's move towards the symptoms of ascariasis. The major symptom is gastrointestinal discomfort. So the major symptom of ascariasis is gastrointestinal discomfort, which includes abdominal pain and the indigestion. Second symptom is a weakness. Third one is a anemia. Fourth one is a loss of appetite. Fifth one is a vomiting. Sixth one is a diarrhea. Seventh one is a weight loss. And the last and the most important, that is eighth symptom, is heavy infection may cause inflammation of alveolar wall. Inflammation of alveolar wall. Alveoli are the structural and the functional unit of lungs. So in heavy infection, there will be a inflammation of alveolar wall. It may also cause eosinophilia. Eosinophilia means there is an increased count of blood cell, that is eosinophil. So eosinophilia means increased count of eosinophil. So heavy infection of ascariasis may cause inflammation of alveolar wall. Eosinophilia, that is number of eosinophil gets increased, and the hepatitis. So this is about the symptoms of ascariasis, which includes gastrointestinal discomfort, which contains or which includes abdominal pain and the indigestion, then weakness, anemia, loss of appetite, vomiting, diarrhea, weight loss, and in heavy infection it may leads to the inflammation of alveolar wall, eosinophilia and the hepatitis. Let's move towards our point number 4, that is mode of transmission. Mode of transmission. Here the first mode of transmission is ingestion of infective eggs from contaminated vegetables, and water is the primary source of transmission. Ingestion of infective eggs from contaminated vegetables, and the water is a primary source of transmission. Second one, food and drinks contaminated with the eggs of this worm is the main mode of transmission. Food and drinks contaminated with the eggs of this worm is the main mode of transmission. Further, eggs hatch inside the intestine of the new host. Then the larvae arise. These larvae pass through the various organs and settle as adults in the digestive system. I repeat the mode of transmission: ingestion of infective eggs from the contaminated vegetables, and the water is a primary source of transmission. Second one is food and the drinks contaminated with the eggs of this worm is the main mode of transmission. Student, eggs hatch inside the intestine of their new host, and because of hatching, larvae comes out. These larvae pass through the various organs and finally they settle as adults in the digestive system. This is about our point number 4, that is mode of transmission. Let's start with the fifth one, that is diagnosis. Student, ascariasis is diagnosed by the stool test. So by using a stool test, ascariasis can be diagnosed. A stool test, it is an analysis, or a stool analysis is done to diagnose the certain conditions affecting the digestive tract. This condition can include infection from the parasites, viruses and the bacteria. In short, ascariasis is diagnosed by the stool test. A stool analysis is done to diagnose the certain conditions affecting the digestive tract. These conditions can include infection from parasites, viruses and the bacteria. Here you have one more question for the MCQ. For the diagnosis of the ascariasis, which test is used? The test name is, that is stool test. Start with point number 6, that is treatment. For the treatment of the ascariasis, or ascariasis is treated by using some anti-helminthic drugs. So by using some anti-helminthic drugs, ascariasis can be treated. And the name of that drugs, these are anti-helminthic drugs. Number 1, that is piperazine. Second one is a mebendazole. Third one is a that is parental. So these are the 3 anti-helminthic drugs. So by using these 3 anti-helminthic drugs, the ascariasis can be treated. The first one is that is piperazine. Second one is mebendazole, and the third one is that is parental. So parental, mebendazole and the piperazine, these are the 3 anti-helminthic drugs which are used for the treatment of the ascariasis. So here you have 2 marks question. Enlist the names which are used on the treatment of the ascariasis, and the name of that drugs. These drugs are anti-helminthic drug. The name of that drugs are piperazine, mebendazole and the parental. So these are the 3 names which are used. These are the 3 drugs which are used on the treatment of the anti-helminthic drugs. Let's see prevention and the control. Student, avoiding defecation in open space. Avoiding defecation in open space is the major prevention and the control for the ascariasis. Avoiding defecation in open space is the major prevention and the control of ascariasis. Second one is a personal hygienic. Personal hygienic habits like washing hand with water and a soap after using the toilet are also important. Personal hygienic habits like washing hand with the water and the soap after using the toilet are also important. Third prevention and control is washing vegetables thoroughly before cooking. And the fourth one is avoiding raw vegetable. Student, this question can be asked for the 2 marks question. Give the prevention and the control of ascariasis. The first prevention and the control is avoiding defecation in open space. Second one, personal hygienic habits like washing hand with a water and a soap after using the toilet are also important. Third one is washing vegetable thoroughly before cooking. And the fourth one is avoiding raw vegetables. This is about the prevention and the control. So student, in this topic we have seen the introduction, causes, symptoms, mode of transmission, diagnosis, treatment, and the prevention and the control of ascariasis. Let's see the question based on this part or questions based on this topic. The first question, define ascariasis. It may ask for the 1 mark. Second question, give the causative agent of the ascariasis. Here you have to write the name of that roundworm, ectoparasitic roundworm, that is Ascariasis lumbricoides. Third one is give the symptoms of ascariasis. You have to write, it is asked for the 2 marks. So for these you have to write 4 major symptoms, which include gastrointestinal discomfort, which includes abdominal pain, indigestion, weakness, anemia, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, weight loss, and the heavy infection may leads to the inflammation of alveolar wall, eosinophilia, that is increased number of eosinophil, and the hepatitis. Fourth question, name the drugs used on the treatment of the ascariasis. For this you have to write the 3 anti-helminthic drugs, and the name of that drugs are piperazine, second one is a mebendazole, and the third one is a pyrantel. Fifth question is explain the mode of transmission of ascariasis. Explain the mode of transmission of ascariasis. Again 2 marks question. May other question will be also asked, that is give the prevention and the control measures of ascariasis. For that you have to write avoiding defecation in open space, personal hygiene is also important, washing vegetable thoroughly before the cooking, and the avoiding raw vegetables. This is about the ascariasis. Thank you so much.